Page 24, Song for Guys, a rather popular, well-known piece of music. It's fun to play. They get showing you a little bit about the rhythm up above. In the left hand, because you have this one, it's take out the tie and just play those notes and make it so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And once you have an idea of that, then you just put the tie in. You just hang on to the note rather than playing it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's really all it is. Common time, 4/4 time. No sharps or flats. We're in the key of C major. Make sure you do the C major scale at least 2 octaves up and down, and the A minor scale at least 2 octaves up and down. And while you're there, do the arpeggios. The C major, 2 octaves, and the A minor, 2 octaves. Do the tremolo exercise on those, and the trill exercise on the scale wouldn't hurt. But the tremolo is important for those arpeggios for now. So here we just take it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now see it was 3 and now it's 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And again it's third finger. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Let's go on. Third line down after the second ending. This last measure is 1 and 2 and 3 and. That's on the and of 3. You gotta love it. 1 and 2 and 3 and. See, those come after that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then the last measure of the page, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now at the top of page 25, I suggest in the right hand you do a 2-1. This way you're in position for those little notes. If you can do a 3-5, that way you can come down with the chord here. You're connecting the melody. Otherwise, you got to do it here, which you can do, but I prefer to connect the melody. So starting at the top of the page, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I play those on the beat, right there. Some people would play them before the beat. If you want to play them before the beat, go ahead. But there's a way to notate that when they want it before the beat, and this isn't notated that way. So I would play them on the beat. Then you repeat that, but let's go on. The last measure, the first line. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So do a lot of the ands, and then it gets really fun. This rhythm here, the left hand rhythm stays the same. Now these are not tied, you actually play these. But this right hand, let's do this. How you figure it is up to you. I do it here because I don't want my hand up in here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If it's confusing you, then take out the tie for a bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And left hand, 1 and 2. And then put the tie in. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. There, last measure. 1 and 2. See, that's not tied, but that is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then go back up. Well, isn't that fun? Let's look at that slowly. Third line down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and I do a third finger here. You work it out slowly on the. What I'm hoping you don't do is just wait for me or somebody to play it and then, oh, is that how it goes? And then I'll do it. It'd be so much better if you could figure this out on your own and gradually speed it up, and then you'll say, oh, I get what's going on here. Okay, I'm starting to feel it. So, last measure of that line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we do that some more. B naturals now. And the last measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now the left hand's tied. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you'd go back to the DC and play some measures and fade out, because the song doesn't really end, it just fades out. Melody, we want to hear that's the top note in the right hand. You got to keep everything else in the background. Well, good luck with that, with everything going on. And then on top of that is soft. The melody, so everything else is very soft. First ending, that's moderately loud. You go back to the beginning, it's soft. So forth. Third line down after the second ending, you go up a little bit to moderately soft, because the second ending is soft. And keep this left hand in the background. Fingering here on the last line on page 24. Third measure over, left hand, you're here. I'd do a thumb on the second one. That way I'm in position to go on. So starting the last line again, is here. Right there is thumb. And you're staying at that. Now, second line on page 25, you come up to moderately loud. Soft. And go back up to moderately loud. They didn't give you one, but do it. Down to sort of soft. And back up to moderately loud. Now you're staying at and going up to loud. Last measure, you come down to about a moderately soft there, because when you go back to the beginning, you're soft, and you want to blend in from that loud going back to soft, so you got one measure to do that in. Oh, isn't that nice? Speed wise, about the speed I've been going, I think about, you can find recordings of this, I'm sure. Pretty much that speed all the way through. Then for pedaling, well, yeah, we need pedal. We want to smooth it out a little bit. It's very choppy. And we want the overtones, but they're pedaling, they're suggesting, of course, they're keeping the pedaling simple for you. But if I pedal it the way they're suggesting, this is what we get. It's overlapping pedal, so the hands and the notes do their thing first, and then the pedal, so it's here. And they held the pedal down for the first two measures. Then change it. If you're okay with that sound, that's fine. I don't like this here. All of that is a bit much. I'd like to clean that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is change the pedal on beat 3 of the second measure. So it's here. Right there. Same thing in the second line, first measure. I'm going to change it on beat, every 2 beats. Showing on the third line, they have the asterisk. We want to hear the rest. And then you put it down for these. They're not pedaling these. I suggest go ahead and pedal them. Just but change it when you go back. Anyway, that's my suggestion on that part of it. Third line down after the second ending here. I'm going to lift the pedal on those eighth notes. So those are clean. So that's why I need to finger this here so I can connect this with the hands. And on the second line on page 25, again, I don't like it, it's too much. I'm going to change it about every 2 beats. And especially at the end of the line, when you hear, I don't want all this loud coming in while this is doing its thing. So I got to change the pedal and get rid of the loudness so I can have some softness. So there again, I'm going to change the pedal. I think on this section, I'm changing it pretty much every 2 beats throughout, including the last line, all the way down to the bottom. I change it when the chords change. There I do. I also change it on the last chord, so that's by itself. Keeps it a little cleaner. We still get overtones, and that's my suggestion on the pedal. You'll have to listen very carefully with the pedal and exactly how much smearing do you want. That's again why we learn to play it first without the pedal. Make the fingers so we got things happening that need to happen with the fingers. And then we have more leeway with the pedal. Now the note there at the bottom of page 25 is you fade out after 16 bars or so. Whatever, just play it. And sometimes I take the repeat again on page 24 and sometimes I don't. It depends on whether I want the song to end or not. So that's up to you, I think, on that. Just fade out. Yeah.